Welcome, everybody, to the
I'm Fat podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawaskis.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out of the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, and Frato's Culinary Kitchen. I am Rick Camp alongside fellow fat Jay Zawaski. Jay, this has been a busy week for the both of us. We've both got a good amount of stuff, and a quick announcement on the front end here.
Yes.
No show next week because I will be out of town as I adjust my camera on the fly.
Nice.
Yeah, because I'm professional. So I'll be down in Raleigh for a few days. So send those Raleigh recommendations my way because I'm gonna need them because I don't want to get stuck with chain things like last time.
Yeah, you did get stuck with some chain restaurants on your last trip, and it's okay. Mm-hmm. Chain restaurants aren't terrible. City Barbecue is a good place. There's nothing bad about it. But
right.
Yeah, I want to hear it. We got to add to the I'm Fat map because Ramblin' Grimace, my God, he's going everywhere.
Seriously, like he's going to be done with the entire map by the end of the month.
It's unreal. He was at Chicago Bagel Authority today. I saw he's going to Big Star today. He's just making the round. I don't know what he's doing, but Ramblin' Grimace has made it his life purpose to travel the I'm Fat map.
Yes, his emphasis is on the rambling right now.
Yeah, he is certainly rambling. So it's awesome. But yeah, thanks for joining us. We always appreciate it. Make sure you're following us on all of our social media accounts at I'm Fat Pod. That includes TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Patreon. We've got a Patreon page. You've got our YouTube channel, youtube.com/I'm Fat Podcast. They won't let me do I'm Fat Pod for some reason.
Lame.
But make sure you subscribe to that. Last month's batch of T-shirts and prize packs went out. So we need 3 or 4 more to send out this month. So make sure you send us a picture of your subscription and those 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts, and we will send out some I'm Fat Podcast prize packs. So
and only pictures of your subscription. We don't need those other types of pictures.
The other stuff, don't need it. Thank you very much.
Not for us. Yeah. We appreciate the thought. However,
yeah, no,
not so much.
It's okay. Thank you. Appreciate it, but no. Hard pass on that. I was watching actually a TikTok, and there's this girl. I think she's from Belgium. She's very funny and very cute, and she's
this part of TikTok.
No, she's pretty, but she's not thick.
Okay.
But she says like when men send you those, just turn them into NFTs with their names on them, and then they have to buy them to get them off the internet, and they'll stop sending them. Like, wow, that's really a smart idea.
That's really good.
Yeah, that is smart. It's funny. I got a story about Charlie the Bacon Guy. Charlie the Bacon Guy appeared in my dream last night.
That's a transition.
Well, it just brought me to it. I had a weird dream that my wife and I were about to get intimate. And we were like on a vacation, and we went down to like this cabin room.
Okay.
We went in there, and Charlie the Bacon Guy was asleep in our bed. And we're like, get out of here.
What?
And then I woke up. I don't know what happened. I think it's because I saw, like, I talked to Charlie a lot. When I have dreams, it's just a conglomeration of my day. It's like everything turns into a blob of my day, and that's the dream.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So I was texting with Charlie a lot. He was sending me pictures of himself in a CHGO Blackhawk shirt.
Nice.
So that's what he was wearing in the dream. I'm like, I appreciate you buying the shirt. Now please get out of here. And then as it is every time I have a dream that's about to get intimate, I wake up. And you're like, no. To try to force yourself back to sleep, and it's good.
At least you kicked him out of the room first before.
How can we involve bacon? You don't have any bacon jam with you, do you? All right, that's enough. That's
okay.
Enough. All right. Stop it, Jay. Stop
all right.
All right. So last week I teased a story about Lucky Charms, and I've had some time to look it up. I heard about this on my favorite podcast that I don't host. Last podcast on the left. People are getting violently ill apparently from Lucky Charms.
Okay.
Yeah.
And not from your dream?
No, this is real. Okay. So this is from the Associated Press. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, otherwise known as the FDA, is investigating Lucky Charms cereal after dozens of customers complained of illness after eating it. They said they've received more than 100 complaints related to Lucky Charms so far this year. several hundred people have posted on the food safety website iwaspoisoned.com. Which, why does that exist? Right. Complaining of nausea, diarrhea, and vomit. I got into the Pepto-Bismol song by mistake. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion. Nausea, diarrhea, vomiting after eating Lucky Charms.
Diarrhea.
I don't know how that happens because Lucky Charms are such an unassuming cereal.
Right.
It's just cereal bits and marshmallows.
Are you getting tainted mallows?
I hope not.
And members of tainted mallows?
Yeah, it's weird. But just be careful, I guess. I don't know. Get the knockoff ones at Aldi. They're probably a little bit better. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you just get they do sell the box of just marshmallows.
So are they just calling them Charms now?
Unlucky Charms. Not so Lucky Charms. Or Lucky Sharts. Either way it works. But yeah, so I heard that story when we recorded, like right before we recorded last week, and I wanted to make sure I checked it out. But apparently a bunch of people reported the FDA, and of course, even more importantly, iwaspoisoned.com, the always reliable iwaspoisoned.com.
Shockingly, when they reach back out to people, they don't get as many follow-ups as they think.
Right. No one's answering these emails. We're trying to help you out, but no one responds. Well, they're dead. That's why. But yeah, so be careful with the Lucky Charms, man. You never know. You never know. It's like the Krustios episode of The Simpsons where there was like a razor blade or like a razor cereal shaped razor that Bart ate.
That's I mean, that's like in a I know I've told the story before in 4th grade when everybody was getting their the lunch food, and oh god, well, I forgot the guy's last name. His first name was Craig, and he got a staple in his burger. Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, that wasn't great. So
I mean, you could see maybe like the lunch lady was like had a like some sort of order sheet and she was like popping pages off of it or something as she finished, and one like popped and flew into his.
But it was like in there.
Ooh.
It wasn't like on top.
Okay.
Yeah. So that wasn't great.
I don't think I've had anything like that where, I mean, of course I've had food where like there's a weird piece, like it's cartilage or it's bone or whatever.
Yeah, that's whatever.
But I don't think I've had a foreign object in my food as far as I know. So far.
So far.
Yeah.
Get yourself some Lucky Charms.
Yeah, right. Let's see. I'll be making my own foreign objects.
So I tried a few things this week because I wanted to go to I Love Fries, said hey over there, got my standard operating procedure for the moment, which is the garlic butter fries along with the chicken. And the ribbies are coming back soon.
Yes.
So I'm extremely excited about that. I was talking with Sonia and that came up. So she was like, I know you'd be excited about this. So I went over to the 7-Eleven too while it was being made and all that stuff, just because like I needed a couple other things. So I go there and I'm like, let's get a couple things to try out. Because 7-Eleven always has some weird like candy type stuff.
Like wrap chips?
Yes.
They do.
So,
by the way, sorry to interrupt, you're holding them up, I see.
Yes.
If you see those Blazing Buffalo Ranch Doritos, buy them for me and I'll buy all of them that they have and I will pay you back. I cannot find them anywhere. Okay, sorry. Continue.
Skittles Gummies.
Yeah, that looks really good. Just by the bag.
Yeah, it's a good bag.
Yeah.
Like it really is. And so the size of them, I'm trying to think like almost maybe about like the size of a nickel.
Yeah, that's what they look like. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about the size of a nickel. They're fairly thin except for like, where it bulges up where the S is. Mm-hmm. So there's that. I don't know why I did that down instead of up to like make an S, but video. So all now the green is the green apple and not the lime.
I was going to ask, yeah.
So that part's a little disappointing, but the flavors are pretty true.
Okay.
They're pretty true. Like it's a stronger flavor for a fruit snack than maybe than average. So I would recommend them to people. They are good.
So we saw those when we were on our road trip, and it was always kind of like one of those like, do we want like sweet or savory this part of the trip?
Yeah. And
it would always sort of lose out to something else. Mm-hmm. And I know we had our eyes on it for some Easter candy, which I've tried some new Easter candies this year, which I'll get to in a bit, but just did not get them. But now that you've reviewed them properly as my go-to Skittles authority,
yes,
I will. I'll definitely check those out. I mean, Skittles gummies, they have to be awesome,
right? Skittles are great.
Yeah,
gummies are great. Put them together. It's going to be great.
My nose is itchy today. I feel like you're an allergy guy, right? Is it crazy today?
I mean, look at my eyelids, man. I mean, it's it's rough. It's rough in these
We're going to look at me
streets.
like I'm doing cocaine on the show.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm good. No cocaine
Right.
on Easter. That's my one rule.
Your one rule.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, you gave it up for Lent, and now that Easter's here.
Yeah, right. Well, I guess I can start again today, right? Is that the rule?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. All right, good. Thanks,
the
Jesus.
Got the coke. He rose from the dead so Jay could have cocaine.
Yeah. Good. What a good show. I got a lot of stuff. No, never for me. I'm not just, not interested. And as I've grown as an adult, I've realized how common cocaine is.
Yeah, seriously.
But like, oh yeah, that guy he did coke. I was at a party. Everyone was doing coke. I'm like, what? Like, I have never seen cocaine in the wild.
Same here.
But people are like, oh yeah, people do coke all the time. And I was at a party. I was doing it in the bathroom. Like, really? Who do you hang out with?
I've done 3 lines since I've been here.
Are you Pitbull? Like, what's happening? I just have not. Maybe it's just the people I hang out with are more just give me a case of Miller Lite instead.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just,
or the old reliable who's got a joint.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's usually. Well, I got a couple of people that are good for that. But yeah, I always think of the speech in Knocked Up where not Rob Reiner. Who's Egon Spengler? Why am I blanking on his name? Ivan Reitman. No, it's not Ivan Reitman. Ivan Reitman is the director. God bless it. I'm looking it up because it's going to kill me.
Know.
Everyone's yelling at their podcast app right now.
And I'm so bad with names. If you show me the picture, I'd be like, oh, yeah, that guy.
Harold Ramis. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Harold Ramis talks to Seth Rogen. He's like, no pills, no powders, no needles. Mm-hmm. That's a good policy to go by, I think. Yeah. All right. Drugs are bad. Addie had her first like it is dare, but it's called like Snow Flurry or something different.
And that's anti-cocaine?
Yeah, right. So of course they had like like when Tyrone Biggums went to the school.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse and Scooby-Doo came over and they were singing songs. It was terrible. The greatest. But yeah, she had her first anti-drug speech at school. And I think it scared her adequately, which is good.
Nice.
Because that's what happened to me. I was scared to death. Like, oh my God, marijuana. I'm going to die. I'm going to overdose. Then I learned in high school that that's not true. That's not true at all. All right. So Halloween candy or Easter candy. Back to the topic at hand.
Yes.
In her basket, Addie got Starburst Duos jelly beans.
Oh, jelly bean variety.
So the Starburst jelly beans are the way to go. They're the best because much like the Skittles Gummies, they just pop with flavor. Mm-hmm. And the Starburst Duos jelly beans have obviously one flavor on the outside and another on the inside.
Sure.
Really, really good. Then she got, not for you, Rick, I'm sorry, Reese's Pieces eggs.
Okay.
So if you've seen Reese's Pieces before, they're roughly the size of an M&M, maybe a slight tick smaller.
Sure.
These Reese's Pieces eggs are about the size of an M&M peanut. So big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're
interesting.
Obviously egg-shaped and pastel colors, and they were awesome. I love Reese's Pieces. Some of my favorite candy in the world. And then Reese's Peanut Butter Cups with a mallow top. So the top of the cup is white with a marshmallow thing, but I didn't love it because it's not actual marshmallow. It's like a mallow flavored fondant.
Okay.
And it just didn't jive really well for me.
Yeah.
In terms of the artificial marshmallow taste with the chocolate and peanut butter, it didn't work for. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I was, oh my God, I'm gonna eat all these because you know me and marshmallow, and I just was like, it's not as good as I had hoped. It was still very good, but I would probably defer towards standard peanut butter cups.
Yes.
But it's worth a shot. The mallow top are good. They're just I was expecting to be blown away and I wasn't. So
interesting.
Yeah, but they were really solid otherwise. She had a great bunch of Hershey little Easter bunny candies and she got her Dolly Parton now has a Betty Crocker cake mix.
Oh, I saw that. I saw Hope on Facebook was like, if anybody sees this, buy it for the love of God.
Well, the Easter Bunny found it apparently at Mariano's in Oakland or in Orland.
So Hope's friends with the Easter Bunny?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's a good get.
Lots of frosting. By the way, did you know I was today years old when I learned that when you buy a frosting like off the shelf, that you're supposed to put it in a mixer and like soften it up.
Really?
Yeah. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Well, now you do. I was very surprised to learn that
star
today.
goes across.
The more you know.
The more you know.
Yeah. So we got the banana cake mix. Banana cake. So we're going to make that. And then there's apparently a coconut one that we have not, or the Easter Bunny has not been able to find.
Okay.
So pick your shit up, Easter Bunny.
Y'all can have fun with that, with the coconut and jazz.
I'm not a big coconut guy. I don't mind
out there's more coconut people than I thought. At least in terms of like Mounds and Almond Joy. Because like I went up to the old kitchen at work this week and saw they like reloaded a lot of Mounds. And I was like, who's eating these? I get the guy probably has a ton of them and he's just trying to unload them on people.
Maybe.
But like, man. And then I found out that like there's a good amount of people. Like people were replying to me on Twitter about it. Found out that like Colleen's sister does. Okay. I'm like, okay.
I mean, I don't dislike the taste of coconut. I just don't like the texture of like shredded.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
That's the only context I've really ever had coconut in is like shredded varietal. So it's like, that's a thing where I think it's probably a flavor that I'm like fine with, but don't love it. But then you add the texture and it's just a complete no-go.
The only thing I seek out that features coconut is Samoa cookies, the Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
Because they're covered in caramel so they don't get so like loose in your mouth, I guess is. Because I always feel like I'm fishing out coconut residue like all day. I just, it's a texture thing for me more than anything. I do like the taste of it, but the texture thing is weird and I'll never enjoy it. And I see like people get coconut cake, like the entire thing is covered. No, hell no.
And today, for people listening, is a great day because day after Easter.
Yeah.
Clearance candy day.
Hell yeah.
So it's one of I remember in college, there were a couple days on the calendar where especially myself and my roommate Max, we would make sure to go to Walgreens or whatever grocery store, or Walmart or whatever. It was the day after Halloween and the day after Easter because that's when the good stuff goes on clearance.
Yep.
And it's still there. So, like, I'm sure any leftover caramel eggs are probably there. Which, by the way, at
cream eggs for me
at Walgreens this past week, and probably not this week, I assume. There was a deal where the like caramel eggs that are loose.
Yeah.
It was like if you have the Walgreens card or whatever, like literally everybody does, it's like 4 for $3.
Ooh.
But then literally right next to it is the 4 in a sleeve for like $4.
Well,
so it's like, why you're paying $1 for some cardboard?
I guess so. The convenience of the pack, maybe if you're doing it as a gift, but
I guess, but it just goes in a bag. Keep it in the bag.
Cream eggs are so much better. I know people get grossed out because it looks like an egg, but it's just fondant. That's all it is.
No, I'm not grossed out by it. I just disagree. I just love caramel that much.
Caramel's good. There's no doubt about that. That's for sure. I do have to. I imagine you, Rick, tomorrow, like you're at Real Urban Barbecue, sitting outside Walgreens under a blanket, just waiting for Walgreens to open.
Oh, buddy, I wish I could, but man, that got to make the money to be able to pay for all that clearance candy.
That's
so
true,
I'll be at work, but if I wasn't, it would definitely be a possibility.
Well, I think I'm going to go. You know what I realized? I was at Mazda of Orland Park a lot over the last few weeks because I had to get some stuff done to the car.
Sure.
And just forgot I was due for an oil change because I'm like, oh, I just got one. And then realized, I drove to Florida and back.
That would do the trick.
That'll put a few miles on the car.
Yes.
And I've been driving in and out of work every day. So, yeah, the miles are on that car. So I got to head back in there this week. I'm going to bug Eric, say, hey, Is my car in yet? Where's my car? Where's my car? I want my car. Bring my car. Give me the car. Give me the car. Give me the car. Give me the car. And he'll just say, fine, drive to China and bring it back for me.
Right.
Because I'm that annoying. But you should go to Mazda of Orland Park and visit Eric yourself. 708-444-3200, MazdaofOrlandPark.com. I just bought my CX-30 2022 from there, just waiting for it to arrive because I custom ordered it. Beautiful, everything I wanted, all the bells and whistles. Cannot wait. And got great service done there. I got a ton of service done, and it took like an hour and a half. Like it's just, they do not mess around. The service there is terrific, and that's what keeps me going back. You can buy a car a lot of places, right? There's a lot of options, but it's the service for me at Mazda of Orland Park that will keep me a customer for life, and you will be too. 708-444-3200. Go visit them on 159th Street in Orland Park. All right, so yesterday we went out to, Friday, we went out to Evanston to see the Northwestern softball team because Addie had the day off for Good Friday, and I had the day off because the Hawks played Saturday instead of Friday. So we all took a trip, went there, left home around 10:30, and I'm going to upset some people right now.
Okay.
So just get ready for this.
Okay.
Of course, I mentioned I'm doing this, and everyone's like, you got to go to Buffalo Joe's. Okay, Buffalo Joe's, Evanston Institution, Buffalo Joe's. Okay. So preamble, a couple years ago, Hope and I went to Buffalo Joe's. I think we went to the wrong one.
Okay.
And it was bad. Like, we did not like it. And I was like, okay, well, these wings are average, and the cheese sauce tastes like there's sand in it, and it just wasn't good. So we have not really actively tried to get back there, obviously, because we didn't like it. So this time we're going. Everyone's saying it again. I'm like, we must have gone on a bad day, or maybe there's another one. Let's see if there's another one. So we look it up. Sure enough, there's another one. It's not the one we went to. So went there, got our wings, got our waffle fries, got our Merck's cheese cheddar, and it was much better. Mm-hmm. But I still just don't get the excitement about Buffalo Joe's. I've had a million buffalo wings in my life, and they're like middle of the pack. And they only have a few sauces, and the sauce was good. It was like a spicy, sweet, almost like slightly barbecue-y.
Okay.
And it was like a sticky, like almost like a honey sauce.
Okay.
I think you would really like the sauce. And again, it's not bad by any means. It's good. But it just is not the be-all, end-all of buffalo wings.
Yeah, it's not worth the hype.
Yeah, I didn't think so. And again, ate it. It was good. I got, we both got like the standard order. Addie got the standard order. Fries, drinks. It was $55.
Jeez.
Like, it's lunch.
Right.
And I know wings are generally expensive.
Sure.
Like, it's kind of, there's a shortage of it or whatever. And if you go to B-dubs, you're dropping probably $40-$50 every time you go if you're going with 3 people. Mm-hmm. But $55 for 3 lunch entrees? I mean, I don't know. And I was just kind of like, this is not as good as everyone says it is. I don't know. I know I'm going to piss people off. And I know it's probably a thing like, you grew up going there and it's your favorite place and there's a nostalgic taste. Totally get that. And I'm on board, and I'm sure there's people that have had Rosangela's on my recommendation have said, okay, this is good, but it's not the greatest pizza I've ever had. Mm-hmm. But for me, it's what I grew up with. To me, that is the gold standard. So I'm sure it's the same deal with Buffalo Joe's. But second time I went, and I'm like, unimpressed is probably a little too aggressive. But I was kind of like, okay, it's good. I just wasn't blown away by it. That's all.
Moral of the story, Evanston. Jay hates you.
I really like Evanston, actually. If I had a shit ton of money, I would absolutely move to Evanston. Okay. It's beautiful, like right on the water. It's like the urban feel, like kind of. I like Oak Park is that way too.
Yeah,
like I like those areas a lot, and I would love to live in Evanston. It's just not in the cards for me financially. Yeah. And then we walked around the campus, which was very cool. I laughed very hard because there's a place called Scott Hall, and Scott Hall is Razor Ramon, who just died. I'm like, hey, Scott Hall. And then we went to, so we were there we were walking for probably an hour before the game started. Mm-hmm. And we were just in the performing arts area. Like that campus is enormous. But Rocky Wirtz donated like a whole like performance theater. And we just started like walking around in there. I always say this, you walk with authority and no one will stop you. That's what we were doing. So we were like in the bowels of this theater building.
Okay.
And seeing like the costume shop and the set workshops, and Addie was like, "This is the coolest thing ever, but we can't be here." I'm like, what are they gonna do? They're not gonna arrest us.
Right.
They'll just tell us to leave and we'll leave. It's okay. Like, it's okay. Don't worry. But no one said a word to us.
Nice.
So then went to the softball game. This just in, Northwestern softball is really good. I think they're ranked 8th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we saw they played Purdue and just beat the shit. They beat them like 16-2 or something. They called the game after the 5th of the mercy rule. And one of their players, Rachel Lewis, is the all-time home run leader at Northwestern. We saw her break the record, which is very
that's cool.
And then after that, we went to Mustard's Last Stand.
Yes.
Which is right in the shadows of Ryan Field. Just a dingy old hot dog place.
Yeah, that's the place I've heard of a bunch. For Evanston.
That place I have been before. That place is the hype is real.
Yeah,
Like, that is as good of a hot dog stand as you will find in the country. It is absolutely fantastic. I just had a taste for a burger.
Yeah,
Which I usually never get at a place like that, but I just wanted something different. And they just took the thin little patties of burger, threw them on the griddle. They were done in 5 minutes, and it was one of the best burgers I've ever had.
Nice.
I think sometimes with burgers, we get a little bit like, I don't know, we get like blown away by the hype of like, look at all the stuff on this burger.
Yeah.
Give me 2 nice spiced patties cooked well with cheese and bacon, and I'm good to go.
Yep.
I don't need 700 different ingredients on my burger. Burger and fries, I'm happy.
Shane.
But look, like,
I know.
it's great sometimes, but like, I don't know. Like, I love Kuma's. I have not been to All Cheval yet. I just haven't had a chance to get in there. But give me a place like that every time. They're so damn good. So to me, Mustard's Last Stand. If you're from the Evanston area and you're telling people come try junk food by us, I say Mustard's is way better than Buffalo Joe's. If we're going like on a 10 scale, I'm going to give Mustard's a 10 on the scale of it's a hot dog joint.
Yeah.
To like a 6 or 7 for Buffalo Joe's.
Okay.
So there you go.
Interesting.
Take that, Evanston. I also bought we went to some bakery.
Okay.
And I bought a bunny made of bread.
A bunny made of bread,
Some
not
guy
chocolate?
It was just cute. He baked like a cinnamon bun, but shaped it like a rabbit. I'm like, all right, we'll have that on Easter. I think it was called like Whole Harvest or something like that, but it was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tried something else from said 7-Eleven right by
Oh my God.
Fry's.
Did I completely derail your topic? I thought you were done. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
All right.
I figured we'd find to space it out too. So I think everybody's seen these.
Yes.
They are for people of a certain age, they are like koala yummies adjacent.
Yes.
So it's the Hello Panda cream center or chocolate cream center with crunchy shell. They don't call it a cookie or a cracker or anything like that. And there's a few varieties of these out there. Now, I don't know if it was just this pack, but for some reason, more than when I've had something similar before, that's like a koala yummies adjacent. First of all, really good.
Yes.
I ate both packs of them that I got within like a day. So they're both gone. But one thing that I noticed is, at least my memory of like koala yummies is it's that where it's like the chocolate cream center and like the hard crunchy shell, was that it was more of a cookie taste to the shell.
Right.
This was almost more of like a cracker taste.
Really?
Yeah, like
So it's salt forward? Or is it more of a texture?
It was more I don't even know how to, like, the texture was solid, and I don't necessarily know that it was crazy salt forward, but I don't know how to, it just felt more like the taste was a little more cracker than cookie.
Interesting.
So maybe just not as sweet.
Okay. Yeah, like whatever the bread portion of it is just not as sweet.
Yeah, so maybe that's why I'm getting that feel from it. But, I mean, still obviously really good. And it's really quality chocolate they have in there. So if you're at the old 7-Eleven or really any store and there's like those different types of packs of like, oh, it's a...
Hold that back up again.
Let's hold it, yes.
I want to make sure I get them again. Hello Panda chocolate. Meiji, Meiji.
Yes, that's the brand name. But it's really good. It's
Okay.
still really good, and I will eat again. But it was something where I was kind of expecting one thing, and I got a little bit of something else. And while I wasn't mad at it, it was it was different.
Yeah. Oh, those things are really, really good, and there are a bunch of varieties of them, different brands of them.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had the Hello Panda brand, but I want to try those because I'm interested in what you're describing.
Yeah, I don't know the best way to describe it, but just like
Is it like almost like a fortune cookie kind of a shell?
I think so. I think that's kind of what it's close to. Not quite as tough as that.
Pretty
but
sweet though. I'll have to try them. I got a lot of 7-Elevens by me, so that's exciting.
It's almost like they plan it like that.
All right, let's see. Where do the fat people live? Oh, here.
Right.
Yeah, let's try that. So all right, that's cool. I'm good with that. I'm going to try those. I am on board with that. Another update, 2 updates actually. I took last week I declared, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, Wendy's as the breakfast fast food champion.
Yes.
I took my wife and daughter this weekend to see if they agreed, and they did agree. And their breakfast fries, they're like breakfast, I forget what they call them, like breakfast wedges or breakfast potatoes.
Yeah.
That should just be Wendy's fries. That's what Wendy's should serve as their fries instead of their fries. And their fries are much better. Mm-hmm. But to me, this is the sort of thing that could separate them in the fast food realm. They're almost like the B-Dubs wedges, potato wedges, not quite as big.
Okay.
But very similar and spiced, almost like a Checkers fry.
Oh,
Like the double fry spice on there. So if you've not tried Wendy's breakfast yet, try it and make sure you get those breakfast fries and see if you agree that they should just make those their permanent French fries because they are fantastic.
I still have to, for once, I can say if I was a little lazier today, I could have actually gone before we recorded, but I actually, for once in my life, I have someone who needs me. And also I also got my my MBA writing done before the podcast instead of needing to scramble afterwards.
Good. That's a better feeling.
It is a better feeling, but I still need to try Wendy's breakfast, and I really want to try Wendy's breakfast.
Yeah, it might have been closed today anyway, since we're recording on Easter.
Oh, I guess there's that. Yeah.
Just get up early and go and see if they decide to be open or not, which is sometimes a challenge with Wendy's for breakfast.
Hey, my Wendy's, generally there for breakfast. My Taco Bell, any time of any day, questionable.
You
At
never
best.
know.
At best.
And the other thing, and our buddy Rush Schneider was the first to point this out, spicy McNuggets are back at McDonald's. So I tried some on the way home from work yesterday. I have to say, improved.
Wow.
They're certainly bigger.
Okay.
And I think bigger than your standard McNugget.
Really?
Maybe a little bit flatter, but
Sure.
bigger in circumference. And they also had a different kind of a batter on it. It felt like it was a more battered nugget.
Okay.
And again, I will concede that chicken McNuggets can vary wildly based on how long they've sat out.
Sure.
Like batch to batch, they're not super consistent. I think they're always good. But the difference between a fresh McNugget and a not fresh McNugget is vast. Like that's a huge jump.
Yes.
But for the first time I've tried them since they're back, they were definitely different from before. And I thought they were better than before.
Wow.
So, but they did not have that mighty sauce, that hot sauce. And they might have just been out of it, but
Okay.
that was, to me, another real great feature of the Spicy McNuggets. But the one I went to, which is 147, the Dixie Highway, did not have them yesterday. Didn't have the sauce. So,
Okay.
But I think I hope they're here to stay. I guess they're just going to kind of be in and out sort of a situation.
Yes.
But to me, I think this is the third time that they've, come, gone, now they're back for the third time. This is the best they've been. So maybe they're just kind of, trying to perfect it before they make it permanent. But they were really, really terrific. I was very pleased with them this time.
Well, I guess I'm just going to have to go to McDonald's before, before I leave town,
Just gotta figure it out.
Yeah, it's for the podcast.
Are you driving or are you flying?
Oh, hell no. We are flying.
Okay. Who are you going with?
I'm going with get the button ready.
Hold on. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. I'm going with my buddy Marty and his girlfriend Amy.
I don't think you mentioned her before, but she gets a beep anyway.
Yeah. So so it's essentially one of our friends is getting married, small wedding. So like I'm not invited to the wedding, but we have friends down there already, and they're like, well, you're not invited to the wedding, but why not come down for the weekend anyway?
Nice.
So they're like, are you going to be good? You know, like find things to do when, you know, like when the wedding's happening and they're gone. And I'm like, there will be food I can find.
Yes.
There will be playoff basketball. I'm like,
I actually prefer this.
I was like, when there's playoff basketball, I need very few other things to keep me happy.
Yeah.
So unless you can, never mind.
That might be available too.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
Charlie the Bacon Guy isn't there when you...
Okay, so actually, bringing up basketball, we get to maybe our fat hero of the week if there was ever to be one.
Yes.
The fat guy dominating pickup basketball game. Now, to be fair, we're grading on a curve because most people playing were white. So you do have to grade on that curve.
It's tough but fair.
So the big thing everybody's been trying to figure out, what's this guy's nickname?
Yeah.
And I have found a place that tried to consolidate all these names into one or two tweets.
All right, so just to paint a picture for those who are not watching on YouTube, imagine the Philip Seymour Hoffman scene in Along Came Polly.
Yes, but
good. He's actually hitting all the shots and like putting on spin moves, and he's probably twice the size too.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's got handles.
This
too.
guy's 360 at least. I would say it's not 360, 260.
Yeah, like,
260 at least.
Like faking people out.
Yeah,
hitting threes,
handles,
back cuts, handles, basketball terms. Like he's literally doing all of it. Step back threes as I'm like watching it too while I'm doing this.
Can I give my name before you get to the list?
Yes.
Love handles. That's mine.
Nice. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
All these are plays off of actual basketball players, current or former.
All right. Big Mamba.
The one that I thought you might like most.
Oh,
Nick Van XL.
That one is great.
Yeah,
I know him.
Paul Gorge.
Okay.
Oscar Blobertson.
Oh my God.
Josh Titty.
Wait, who's the real one?
Josh Giddey. He's
okay. I don't know him. Okay.
Fupa Doncic. Steph McFlurry.
Okay, good.
Sean Blimp.
Oh, God.
That one's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, it's a stretch, but it's funny.
Kao Ming.
That's so dumb.
Sweet Baby Ray's Allen.
Like, that's good.
Alan Widerson.
Nice.
Marcus Candy.
Good.
Jerry Steakhouse.
Oh, that one's really good.
Yeah. Keith Longhorn.
Along the same lines, yes.
Yeah. Larry Huge. Kevin Durant. And this one might be my favorite, Corey Spaghetti.
Okay. They're all good. I think Nick Van XL is my favorite, though.
Yep.
This is awesome.
I don't know that you really can't lose. Sean Blimp, you can maybe.
Sean Blimp, yeah.
That's like the number one of like the bottom of that list. But outside of that, those are all really good.
They are good. I was really impressed by that because anytime you see on like TikTok or whatever, you see a fat person doing anything, it almost always ends up with them getting hurt or falling down
right.
or their pants coming off or something like that. And, the men anyway. I
just saw another one in the thread. Julius Servings. That's good. I like that
That's
one.
good. Those are all awesome. Those are all so funny. I just love to see when the fats can show people they can do it too. There's the one guy that we shared on our. I don't know if I stitched it on TikTok or just shared it from the Facebook account. But the guy on rollerblades who's not wearing a shirt and he's in a skate park, and it's this guy probably my size, maybe a little bigger,
Yeah.
He's wearing jeans and no shirt. He's got his hands in his pockets as he's rollerblading through the skate park, hits the ramp, does a backflip, lands on his feet with no problem, and just says, "This is what the ideal male form looks like."
Yes.
Yes. That's my guy. He looked like mysteriously like me. But he just had confidence, so that's how everyone knew it wasn't me.
I have a theory about this. Because Cubs opening day, I saw you out there. I saw you out at Gallagher Way.
Someone sent me a picture of me.
Okay, I have a theory.
All right.
At any point, have you done like 23andMe or any of those types of things?
Yes, I have.
I would say I thought you have. The government
They're cloning
has
me.
created, like, they take, instead of straight clones, they're doing like the and of course this shows how few movies I've actually seen that, like, I keep going to Ocean's movies.
Sure.
But in Ocean's 13, when they have like they have everybody's picture and they like mess with the features and they hack into the system and whatever. That's pretty much what they do with all of your clones.
Okay. Well, you could do worse. I'm good for the fast food industry.
That's true.
You know?
That so big fast food is
Big Pharma with all my diabetes medication. They're very happy to have many of me instead of just one.
Big Pharma and Fatma are here for Jay to be cloned in as many different ways and forms as possible.
Yeah. Well, that guy did look like me. The one you sent me looked like me.
that was much more relevant than a lot of the West Loop Tom ones.
Yeah. Tom sends anybody with a beard.
Yeah. Red hair and a beard.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's you.
All right. Before we get to Ask a Fats, we want to tell you about our friends at Frato's Culinary Kitchen, 628 South Roselle Road in Schaumburg, home of the I'm Fat Burger and the I'm Fat Pizza and the I'm Fat Grilled Cheese. All of those are awesome. You're going to love them. I promise you. They were a monthly special, and they were so popular they became permanent menu items at Frato's because they're really good. We always joke about, like, oh, how gluttonous can we make a thing? Yeah, that's fun. But we wanted to make something that was functional, and we did that with the I'm Fat items. So go try them out. They're fantastic. I promise you'll love them. But if that's not your thing, anything they got on the menu at Frato's is fantastic. From the pizza to the sandwiches to the burgers, hot dogs, the desserts, the cookies at FratosBakery.com. They're awesome. You're going to love Frato's. So visit FratosPizza.com. Check out FratosBakery.com. Check them out on Instagram, Frato's Pizza. It's Fratos Pizza on Instagram. And you'll see all these things as they come. It's absolutely great. And I got one sort of sad update here. About a year and a half ago, I went through a run where I would mention a business and it would get destroyed. First was May's Q House that burned down. Then was Don's Hot Dogs, which has been there since 1977 on 151st in Harlem. And they must have had a gas leak and an explosion. They're not going to reopen, sadly. I had hope because the parking lot had been like leveled off and they filled in the gravel where it used to be, but the Don's Hot Dog sign was still there. Okay. So like, okay, maybe they're gonna. Last week I saw they put a for lease sign up on the lot. And then I went to the last place that remains from the Junior's hot dog army, right? So Junior's was like the first place, and they were all over the South Side. And then people would franchise them, and sometimes they would change the name to Don's or to something else. So the last place like that now is called Wyden's. It's on 143rd Street, and it's just west of the Grange Road. It's John Humphrey Boulevard that like pulls into the mall. If you're familiar with Orland Mall, it's right there. And they're the ones that have those spiced hot dogs and those terrific fries. So I went in there with my mom this week. We went for lunch, and they were using Don's hot dog wrappers.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, this opens the window for me to ask because I've wanted to ask because they are all affiliated, right?
Sure.
I said, is Don's coming back? He said, no, Don's is not coming back. We are the last place like this. So kind of a bummer. It's still, I'm glad Wyden's is there. I told him, like, please don't ever close because if these hot dogs go away, they're my favorite. Just like we were talking about the nostalgia. Give me one of those over a Vienna any day. I love those so much. And I will say Bo's hot dogs or Bozo, B-O-Z, they're like white and orange buildings.
Okay.
Same hot dogs, but they don't have fries at those.
Okay.
So fries are half the experience at Junior's and Don's and those sort of places. So if you're looking for that, if you were a fan of Junior's hot dogs, your last chance to get that experience is at Wyden's on 143rd in LaGrange. I think it might be on the MFAT map already, but if it's not, I'll add it at the end of the show. So that's fun. I'm just kind of,
Yeah.
I had hoped that they would come back, and they're not coming back. So
Yeah.
tis what it is. All right, well,
Sorry
should we?
for your loss.
Thank you. Time to ask the fats.
It is.
The fingers you have used to dial are too fat. To obtain a special dialing wand, please mash the keypad with your palm now.
Leave us a voicemail. It's working again, apparently, because we got voicemails. 708-858-3314, 708-858-3314. We've got 2 of them this week, but first, before we get to those, it's time for Charlie the Bacon Guy's Weekly Bacon Report.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have maple pepper, rosemary pepper, garlic, and buffalo bacon. Ranch is sold out for the month. Bacon jams, we have the original, the bourbon, the apple butter, and a couple pineapple left. Get it while you can. I'm probably not making any more for a little while anyway. As always, we have the t-shirts, stickers, hockey jerseys, and winter hats. Don't forget to pre-order your Korean barbecue and honey chipotle for the month of May. I'm only making a small amount, so make sure you get those pre-orders in. When it's gone, it's gone. Let's have a great week. Eat tons of bacon. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
I like that one. Really,
There was a lot going on.
there was a lot. If you listen closely, you can hear the seat creaking under his butt.
Yeah, see, I was almost thinking for part of that, it sounded like he was like, what's his name from whichever Toy Story movie it is? Is that Toy Story 3 where he's strapped to the front of the semi?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that could be. Yeah. I saw, by the way, on the way to Florida, we saw a U-Haul sized truck.
Okay.
And whoever owned it, had Buzz and Woody
Hanging
dangling
off
off the back of the truck.
That's funny.
It was cool. I'm like, oh, that's
good.
interesting. It's a lot of dedication and commitment to make that happen, but hey, it was cool. All right,
you.
order some bacon from Charlie. CharlieTheBaconGuy@gmail.com. Charlie the Bacon Guy on Instagram, and at CZ the Bacon Guy on Twitter. You heard the flavors. You heard the bacon jams, the t-shirts, the hockey jerseys, all that great stuff. Order some. He is still working out the shipping. I was his shipping test mule this week, where he sent me the bacon in a freezer bag. He's like, how did it arrive? Is it good? Is it still frozen? I'm like, it's 33 degrees in the bag and it's not frozen. He's like, back to the drawing board. So Charlie's working on the shipping, but in the meantime, he can get it to you if you're close. Check out his Twitter, where he lays out the entire shipping and delivery system he's using right now. If you recall, Charlie was fired from Schmaltz a while back. So he is in between trying to figure out the shipping, but he'll get you your bacon. I promise you that. We'll find a way to make it happen. So get in touch with him as soon as you can. All right, let's get to the voicemails again. That number is 708-858-3314.
Hey, Fats. This is Kevin calling from Indiana. You mentioned a place in Sycamore called the Country Store. And I know this place pretty well, so I wanted to give you all a quick review. You have to try their pork chops. They're legit amazing. And, Jay, yes, you're 100% right. They're the same pork chops. It must be some type of smokehouse seasoning that they put on them. But a little bit of a fat hack. In the summer times, they have a weekend barbecue where they'll pull out a big grill. And on Saturdays, they'll grill up anything and everything there and give you a quick lunch on the run. And, of course, they cook up those pork chops, which they're the best I've ever had in quite a long while. But when we look at the rest of the place, they serve steaks and burgers and brats and anything that you would think would come from a traditional butcher shop. And another good thing is they also sell all of their different specialty brats frozen, so you could buy them, take them home without worrying that they're going to go bad. Another good thing about this place is they've got, I hate to say the word salad, but a whole container full of your loaded baked potato salads and all those good things you're going to have for a barbecue. Country Store in Sycamore, it's a little bit of a hike to get out there, but absolutely worth the drive, and independently owned business. Cheers, y'all.
Yes, that place is amazing. The only time I've had it, we mentioned this last week, Rick, is when they would bring it to the station from Sycamore to downtown.
Yeah.
And it was still amazing. So I want to go to, Rick, you and I have been talking about getting out and doing some stuff together for the podcast. That weekend barbecue. Mm-hmm. See.
Yes.
That sounds good.
Yes.
I will
Yeah,
be
we
doing
could
that.
we could have a at some point we could have an excursion past what I call the western edge of civilization, which is Randall Road. And and go and hit up Country Store and can finally get you to have Pizza Pros.
Yes. Okay.
Get you some cheese nuggets.
I'm in. I am in 100% for that. By the way, Country Store is added to the I'm Fat map.
Okay.
As I was listening to the voicemail, I added Wyden's hot dogs and I added Buffalo Joe's, and Mustard's Last Stand was already on there. So
Okay. Did you add every 7-Eleven location in the world?
yes, every 7-Eleven in the world is also on there now. So enjoy sorting all that crap out.
Yes.
All right, one more voicemail to go.
Hey, Fast. It's Devin from Skokie. You guys mentioned Smoke Daddy on the last podcast, and I just wanted to say that they have the greatest nachos on the planet. They will put your choice of barbecued meats on them. They put the real cheese and all of the other toppings you could possibly imagine. They're just effing amazing. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, Smoke Daddy rules. There's the one in right across Clark Street from Wrigley Field and Gallagher Way. There's another one in the city somewhere. I apologize, I don't know where that one is. I'll make sure that's on the I'm Fat map too. But Smoke Daddy is terrific.
I am very sad that I have yet to go.
Yeah, you're going to have plenty of opportunities if you're out at if you're out in Gallagher Way as often as you should be. I'm going to look up here where the other one is. So Smoke Daddy. Okay, there's one in Wicker Park on Division. And the other one is, of course, like I said,
Did you do that
in
on
Gallagher
purpose?
Way. What?
The Wicker Park?
No, I just stuttered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Joe Biden stutters too, and he's president. So screw you, Byron. Bing bong. I don't know why that delights me so much. It's just the dumbest thing in the whole world. All right, Smoke
really
Daddy
is.
is added to the list too, and I got to make sure Mustard is on here. Yes, it's
Yeah.
on there. Okay, it is on the map. On the map. All right, is it time to do some? Let's do some emails, shall we?
Sure.
Ask a fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the fats.
Ask a Fat is not sponsored right now. If you'd like to, I'm fatpod@gmail.com. Get in touch, and if your place doesn't suck, we can talk. All right.
Yeah.
This one's from Alec. He says, "Hey, Fats, my good buddy Matt and his wife Allie were married this past Saturday. Both Matt and Allie are loyal listeners of your podcast, self-proclaimed foodies, and definitely fats at heart. Do you have any good tips, comments, or fat hacks for the newlyweds as they begin their lives together? Thanks so much, and as always, we love the podcast." Well, the best advice I got, or actually the best lesson I learned is probably the best way to put it, is when, Matt, you and Allie, if you decide to have children, don't say you're babysitting the kids. Because they're your kids.
Right.
And you are parenting your kids. You're not
Right.
babysitting your kids. So, yeah, I said once I'm babysitting Addie, and Hope looked at me with a stare straight from hell. And I'm like, I know what I did, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way, but
Now,
I can see.
in that moment, did you actually know what you did, or
Yes.
did you say, I know what I did and I'm sorry as a default?
No, I realized when I said it that it was really stupid to say. Looking at someone who had been staying home with an infant for, 8 months, who's barely sleeping and handling everything. And I'm like, oh yeah, I got to babysit Addie today. And she was like, I will kill you. Like, you know what? You're right. She was right to be pissed at me for saying that. So it was just a slip of the tongue. I didn't mean it that way, but trust me, the woman does all the work in the labor and most of the work after the birth. So don't say you're babysitting. Just say you're going to spend a day with your family, which is accurate.
Also, start thinking about what you want to eat if you're going out well before you're hungry. Because if you wait until you're hungry to start thinking about it, and either of you are indecisive, then it's just going to take forever. And then you're going to get mad because if you wait till you're hungry, then you're going to be really hungry. And then you're going to take out that stomach rage on that person that you're with. So start thinking about that stuff ahead of time.
That's a really good call. And another thing to improve that is to start like a notes in your phone. And when you think of places you want to try, put them in there, because you can never think of it when you're hungry.
Exactly. And hey, do the thing I mentioned. I think I mentioned it a couple weeks ago. Time's a flat circle, so I have no idea.
Right.
what we used to do at IMS, the lunchtime lotto,
Yep.
where just like have like write it on a piece of scratch paper, throw it in whatever, little thing you have, little tin, and then, okay, shake them up. When you don't have an idea, pull something out and from the tin, and
Thank you for clarifying.
and that's where you go for that meal.
Another tip, just in general for people, if you can't decide between two places, flip a coin. And if you're disappointed with the outcome, you know what you want.
Yes. That's good.
Yeah.
That's
It's
good.
like it truly reveals your true desires by flipping a coin. See?
The magic of a coin.
Yeah, right. Adriana coin. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Hockey
Kendall
reference?
coin. I thought you were going to go Kendall coin. Schofield.
I should have.
Yeah. Look at me going deeper cut on the hockey
Good
names.
for you. Good for you.
Yeah. You with the basketball, me with the hockey
See?
today?
Yeah. I knew who Nick Van Exel was.
Yeah. And Nick Van XL.
Yes. My new
All right.
favorite.
This one's from Katie. Hi there. So I'm the wife of Tim, who didn't give all the details from our curd to fry debate that was aired 2 weeks ago.
We should recap this real quick.
Yes.
So Tim emailed us saying, what is the proper exchange ratio? Oh, I got to see if I can find this so I can give it its due. So Tim was saying that his wife thought that the curd to fry exchange was 1-to-1.
Yeah, which is not correct.
No, that's not correct. Okay, here it is. So here's Tim's email. This is from April 1st. He said, this question came up last night between my wife and I enjoying our Culver's dinner. What's the equivalent for a cheese curd and French fry trade? I said one curd equals at least 2 fries. She argued it's an even 1-for-1. I think I said 4-to-1. 4 fries as one. 4 fries as one.
I think we settled
curd.
at 3 or something.
I think we
like
did.
that.
Yeah, we sort of met in the middle. Right. Okay, so now we can go on with Katie's rebuttal.
Okay. She said, when we were at Culver's, he gave me a very small, crispy curd and then proceeded to take a handful of fries. I exclaimed that was not a fair trade for the curd he gave me. He can order his own damn cheese curds next time because he's a grown-ass man with a wallet. Fries over guys. Katie.
All right.
I love the dynamic of these first 2 emails.
We're going to start a new segment, marriage advice. All right, Katie, I see what you're saying here. And yeah, if he gave you like the little nubbin, and we did mention the nubbins. We mentioned it can't be a little burnt fry and it can't be a little nubbin curd. But if we're talking a legitimate Culver's cheese curd, like your replacement level cheese curd, the exchange is 3 fries. But if he's going to give you a nubbin, yeah, that's 1-for-1.
From wedding day to emailing a podcast about your side dish debates.
Let's hope that's not the only nubbin he's giving you. All right, this one's from Mike from Woodstock. This is off the rails,
Covered
dude.
with a thumb.
Oh boy! All right, he says, quick question. I know you've talked about your childhood food before, but do you remember any weird snacks you used to make? Not super weird, but used to make little sandwiches with saltine crackers and super processed American cheese slices. Over time, I'd slice it up with garlic powder and pepper. Always wash it down with a big glass of orange juice. Oh, no.
Orange juice?
Orange juice and cheese and garlic powder? Hell to the no. No, we won't be doing that, my friend. That's disgusting. You had me and lost me.
Yep.
I like to take a big mouthful of toothpaste, then drink orange juice. Like, no. Some things just don't mix, sir. Mike, that's a problem. Anyway, he says, if you want to make a list of Northwest suburbs place, by the way, one off the top of my head, this is from Mike still, it's a hot dog beef gyro place called Tommy's Red Hots. There's a handful of locations out there. He says his favorite is the foot-long Polish, which they deep fry before finishing on the char grill. Hell yes.
Wow.
Plus the great Italian beef bun they use with it. Okay, you redeemed yourself, Mike, with your Tommy's Red Hots.
Just don't wash that foot-long Polish down with orange juice.
Yeah, that's weird. That's
very odd.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like any weird concoctions I dreamed of. I used to make when we would have spaghetti, I would butter bread and put the spaghetti between the bread and eat it like a sandwich. That's probably the weirdest thing that I would make of that sort of. And I also will always smash Doritos in a ham and cheese sandwich. So it's like ham, cheese, and then Doritos are almost essential for me for the sandwich. It's like a third ingredient. Those would probably be my 2.
I don't know how weird this is.
Okay.
but definitely had a butter sandwich before.
Just bread and butter?
Yeah, just bread and butter.
That's good.
2 slices of bread, crap ton of butter.
Yeah, that's always a good, like, some people would call that a side.
Yeah.
But if you just want to eat bread and butter.
When you're a kid, I'm trying to think if we did anything else that weird. I don't.
Most of my weird food stuff happened in college, where we were just drunk and experimenting.
Yeah.
Like, let's dip this Oreo in Jameson and see how it tastes. Not good.
No, it wouldn't.
No, but we knew that. It was more of being stupid than anything.
Yeah. Then, because I don't like peanut butter, I had plenty of jelly sandwiches.
Okay.
Especially grape jelly. Give me a grape jelly sandwich, and I'm happy.
Yeah, great.
I'm good with that.
I like grape jelly is for me the go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Right.
Yeah, unless you have a specific taste for like strawberry or something else, like it's grape is the default.
I will say too, with a peanut butter and jelly, much like I have to have Doritos with ham and cheese, I have to have Ruffles with peanut butter and jelly. I don't know why.
Huh.
That's weird.
All right, we have one more email here from our guy. Mentioned him before, Ramblin' Grimace.
Yes.
Doing plenty of rambling.
He is rambling away.
He's a rambling man. I know you guys were among the many excited. I appreciate the disgust on your face. I know you guys were among the many excited for the cheese curd burger when it was available for a single day at Culver's. So I thought you should know that a place called Urban Counter makes a really, really good cheese curd burger. It looks like they have multiple locations, but the one I go to is located at 1825 Lincoln Highway in St. Charles.
All right. That's Urban Counter. I feel like I've seen that before.
Is that the one that's like a gas station thing?
Oh, maybe. I'm going to look it up here while we're at it.
I think it is, actually.
Urban Counter, Chicago.
Urban Counter.
There's one in Hinsdale, one in Aurora. That's probably the one he's talking about, right?
No, he said St. Charles. Oh, I think I know where this one. Is. It's on Roosevelt, so it's called Lincoln Highway at that point in time. But it's on Roosevelt. I think it's one where it feels more like Geneva, but it's actually St. Charles.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at this menu. I have seen it's on Wabash. Let's see. 1220. What was it? 1221 South Wabash. The menu looks great.
The menu has gotten so much bigger than like when it first opened. Because I remember when it very first opened. Because it's like, if it's where I'm thinking of, and I'm gonna look it up on ye old Google Maps, and pray that it doesn't like crash the computer at this point. But no, not 825, you dummy.
Fried bacon dog. Okay.
Yes.
All beef hot dog wrapped in bacon, ketchup, mayo, mustard, caramelized onion, and roasted jalapenos. Oh my God.
Okay. So this is exactly where I'm thinking. Essentially, if you're heading west on 38 Roosevelt Road, whatever you want to call it, it's before you hit Randall.
Okay.
So there's a BP gas station, and if you're heading west, it's on the left side of the street. There's a BP gas station, and then like at the corner of the strip mall is the Urban Counter.
Okay. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go here.
And the thing is, I lived right there for like 5 years. Now, mind you, it wasn't there all 5 years, but I didn't realize there was that much to the menu.
The name of the place does not represent the menu well.
No.
When I hear Urban Counter, I'm thinking like salads and paninis.
Kind of like bougie.
Yeah, a little bit, but like non-Panera kind of food.
Yes.
I'm not thinking burgers and dogs and stuff. So they need to rebrand.
Yep.
Or have like a big fat person as your logo.
Get on it, Urban Counter.
Seriously. Asses. Nah, I got nothing against you.
And they got shakes too.
Yeah, those shakes look good. Yes. All right, well, more places to try.
Oh, darn.
But hey, Ramblin' Grimace, we appreciate the support and just always tweeting about the I'm Fat map, which is great. And we keep it updated.
Tweeting.
There's so many places on there now. I can't even, I wonder if I can even see how many locations are on here. Mm-hmm. But 49,000 people have looked at this, Rick.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, there's got to be at least 150 places on here.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, check out the I'm Fat map. We've got places in Ireland. We've got places in Toronto, Arizona, California, Mexico, and soon to be Raleigh, Durham.
Yep.
So
I'll be doing my damnedest to add to the map.
yeah, I know Rick already told you no episode next week. Rick will be out of town, but we'll be back in 2 weeks. So we'll have plenty to talk about. I'll be sure to try a bunch of new places between now and then, and Rick will have tales from Raleigh, Durham. So thanks for joining us.
Hopefully I'll remember most of them.
Yeah, Rick, tie a bow on this one.
All right. Follow us on all of our social medias at I'mFatPod, I'mFatPod@gmail.com. Check out the Patreon and the TeePublic shop. If there's not a sale right now, wait 6 hours. Subscribe to the YouTube page at I'm Fat Podcast. Subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe to the regular podcast. Rate and review it as well. That helps us out greatly. And check out our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park.
Get through it.
My voice is going to crap out here apparently right before the end. And Frato's Culinary Kitchen. So for Jay, I'm Rick. Talk to you in a couple weeks on the I'm Fat Podcast.
All right, I think we got a lot accomplished here today.